Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Oaklawn Park here on Sunday. It's closing day. It's the 8th of May, 2022. Gonna look at the 10th race from Oaklawn, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Join me throughout the week for my Dante preview from York in the UK, and also next Saturday for my Manowar preview from Belmont. But it's the end of a very long, it seems, meet from Oaklawn. You remember this year it started just right after the week after Thanksgiving, so it's the same amount of race days, but stretched across quite a few more weekends than we've been used to. And it's I like it to a point, but I think you should have a little bit more midweek cards sprinkle and especially in the last few months when the weather was nice. But I think it was a good meeting. But we're gonna end it off with a long distance race, which is the traditional closing day and final race feature from Oaklawn. Let's get to it right now. The 10th race, the finale of the meet, it is the Trails End. It's a starter allowance race going for a purse of $125,000. Race for 3-year-olds and upwards. Never start for a claim price $10,000 or less in 2021 or 2022. We have a full gate of 14 horses going the staying marathon trip of ground of 2,800 meters or a mile and 3/4 on the Oaklawn main track. 2,800 meters, a mile 3/4 here in the Trails End. And it's something I love these long distance races. Oaklawn, the last few years they've been carting more of them, and hopefully a little bit more in the future. But this is always an exciting race to handicap because there's a little bit of that unknown factor of who's going to show up. With that being said, I like the 8 horse here, Venture Forth. I'm going to go 8-9-4-5 in the superfecta. 8-9-4-5 super. Top selection 8 horse, Venture Forth. This 8-year-old gelded by Candy Ride. Federico Villafranco trains one, gets Gonzalez up in the saddle. The horse's most recent outing came the 8th of April here at Oaklawn. Mile 3/16 in the starter lounge race, kind of the local prep for this race. And he finished second by 2 lengths that day. He was drawn a little bit wide. He had the lead for, it looked like a split portion at the top of the lane, but then he just couldn't get there late. Maybe just need a little extra ground, but, he ran decently. Come to the longer trip, which he's proven he can run the longer trips. I think he could really go away with it today. 2 back at Oaklawn, a mile and 8th in the starter lounge race on the 17th of March. He finished 4th by 7 3/4 lengths that day. He didn't break that well. He closed up a little bit late, but again, it wasn't anything spectacular for him there. And then the 18th of February at Oaklawn, a mile 16th in the starter lounge race, winning by 3/4 length. He was a little bit wide, but he got the job done very, very nicely late. He's proven he can run a longer trip. He actually ran on the turf over a mile and a half at Louisiana Downs on the 21st of September last year in optional 10. Winning by a neck from a stupidly wide poster. He got there in the nick of time. That was a very good run. Coming from a little bit behind here today, I think he could really run a good race. I think there's a lot of cheap speed in this one that's going to play towards a closer. At H1, we'll use him. Watch out for the number 9 horse here, Blue Ridge Mountain. Joe Sharp trains. Gabriel Saez gets the mount. Most recently in that local prep race over the mile 3/16 here at Oaklawn in mid-April. The horse won by 2 lengths and from a track position. He won clear. Before that, he won on the turf at the fairgrounds easily and won on the dirt before that at the fairgrounds very nicely. He's going to the longest trip for the first time in his life, which shouldn't be a problem. I think from sitting a little bit farther back, he could stay forever. 7-2 will use him. And also the 4 horse and original intent. He actually ran here last year, won this race quite nicely by 6 1/4 lengths. His seasonal reappearance though in January, he desperately needed the race. His last 2 he needed. He came here to New York to run the Stud Muffin Starter Allowance where he ran a decent 4th. He's another horse he definitely should stay forever. At 4-1, we'll end him off in the multi-race sequence. But to recount my selection for the 10th from Oaklawn, it is the Trails End Stakes. Let's take as a top selection 8 horse, Venture Forth. Give kudos to the 9 horse, Blue Ridge Mountain, and the 4 horse, Original Intent. 8-9-4-5 super. 8-9-4 in the multi-race. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.